All right, so
we good.
We're rolling. We've made it. All right, guys. So episode 5 of the Real Finesse Show. Thanks for tuning in. As you guys saw, we did the City Fidelia interview last week. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Thanks for coming through, City. It was a pleasure. Always willing to do another one down the road when your next album drops or whatever. So thanks for coming through, and it was a good time. But nevertheless, episode 5 of the Finesse Show. This is about music, pop culture, and sports. We've got a good show for you today.
Yeah, man.
A lot of
stuff. There's a lot of shit happening.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start by saying our section of the country has finally kind of started reopening. Yay. So people were out and about last night. I have a good story for you, obviously. I don't want to say obviously, but it's definitely
pretty obvious.
Part
pretty
2.
Obvious.
We'll get to that, but it was nice to see. I don't know. Before I get into this story, it's nice to see people out and about, Jeff.
Yeah, man.
Have you been out?
Yeah, of course I have.
Where did you go?
I've gone to a couple places, but like just yesterday I was out with Eads. Did a little taco thing over at El Dorado.
Okay.
It's just the funny thing is like, and I know like a lot of people have covered this, but it's just the fact like, if I'm standing, I have to put a friggin' mask on, and if I'm sitting, I can take it off. It's just like
science.
But whatever keeps it open, I don't
care. I totally agree.
Fine, like I agree. Science, sure.
Yeah, the makeshift rules they have in place. But the one thing that I did get screwed over on yesterday is I went on a date. We'll get into with who and whatnot. But I went to 3 restaurants, and because all these restaurants are operating at I think it's only 30% capacity.
Yeah. You
getting in anywhere. I went to 3 different Moxies to try and get in because I want to get some Moxies.
Reservations, man.
No, you call. I called at 3. Try to do my due diligence because I wanted to call the girl and be like, "This is the plan." Because if you know who the girl is, you need to know what the plan is.
On your game.
Charcuterie girl part 2, but we're gonna get into it. But no, I called at 3 and I was like, "Hey, buddy, like, can I get a reservation?" He's like, "We're not doing reservations. We open at this time and it's first come, first serve." And I'm like, "Buddy, like, how am I supposed to like whine and you know what I mean?"
You don't go to Moxie's for like this whole scenario though. Like that's the thing. Like,
what do you mean? Where you would have gone? Cause I just wanted to, I wanted some drink.
It's just not my spot. I don't know.
Where do you go? Where's your go-to spot?
Man, like, I don't know. I just wouldn't be going. Because it was a location thing.
It was a part of the plan.
It was a part of the plan. There was
Which one left? It went left. There
was a plan that happened. But like most times, like I'm looking for somewhere that's like, especially if it's like a date, you want it to be intimate enough.
Yeah.
To be like,
I want a booth.
For her to feel special, like and like you're there like with her and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But also like casual enough to kind of like not make things weird. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this one it was. I've already known this girl, and you guys know from previous episodes, the charcuterie plate girl, as we refer to her on this show. I won't use her real name. A little bit of cheese. But so we started chatting again, like we had a little fling back in October, November, and whatnot. And so I started chatting with her, and she's like, "Let's go out next week when it opens." And I was like, "Sounds good." So I picked her up, and I had an extremely good night with her. It was wild, but like as I said, we went to 3 different restaurants. We couldn't get in, and then we finally. She's great, like she's very like I'm a funny guy, but I'm also a lot to handle. But she can.
I could just imagine.
She's one thing actually. She's really funny. She's a TikToker actually. She has 65,000 followers on TikTok.
Like, how do you get that many followers on TikTok?
I don't know, but she's funny. She does like little skits and whatnot. Like, and she's older than me too, so she has the emotional maturity that's needed to handle someone like me. But we had a really good time. But I got a little drunk, got a little soft, and spilled my heart out, whatever. And we had
what do you mean?
I got a little like soft. Like, you're not like that, Jack. I got like soft, like.
But what were you spilling your heart about?
No, the way we left things, and this is, anyways.
No, like,
let me try
elaborate,
and get into it.
Bro. What the hell happened, man? You mean you got soft on the date?
No, like
not like
the way
physically,
we,
just like emotionally,
emotionally, because we had like a pretty intense fling, and then we are both very intense people.
Okay.
And the way we left things back in end of last year, and then picking it up, it was just like emotional because the way we left, like we were like, I never thought I was gonna see this girl again, and then boom, here we are having like the greatest time, and we did have the greatest time. So
that's
cheers
cool.
to her. Hey. We had the drink, but the thing is, so here we're crushing drinks.
Yeah.
Just crushing. Of course, crushing,
destroying.
Babe. Yeah. She's also pissed because she actually saw that episode. And she was like,
what episode?
Of the security put. She's like, first of all, Chris, I'm a hardcore vegan. I'm like, that's even better for the story. That
even
broke
better.
her. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the story.
That was her.
No, that was the story because like she was vegan. You brought the charcuterie. There was no. She doesn't eat meat.
No.
But then once you get a little bit of taste of that kielbasa or whatever the hell, man.
Gorgonzola.
when you get that kielbasa, they can't stop you.
No, 100% on that. But it was nice to just chill with her. But we were drinking, and then the waitress comes over. First of all, we both agreed the waitress was gorgeous. She was but I couldn't say it. She had to say it first, and then I looked at her. I was like, "Thank God you said this before."
Sometimes you just got.
She asked her to pull her mask down because we need to see this waitress.
We got to see your face.
Yeah, and we did, and it was gorgeous. Anyways, the waitress comes over at 10. She's like, "Yo, last call at 10 because COVID. Come on." I'm not gonna play it. Actually, we're out and about. Okay. But it was a little bit caught off guard, so we racked drinks, and then we went off into the night, into the abyss, and it was sweet. So I'm on cloud 10 today because this happened last night. So when we were filming this, and this comes out, this actually happened last night. So I'm morning up. I called Jeff. I was like, in the morning, it's beautiful.
It's the best, man.
It is. It really is. So cheers to that. We'll see where that goes. Hey. Shout out to you. I'll see you later. But we can move on. Toronto's still in lockdown, actually. I want to throw that in here.
Why you want to throw that in there?
Way to slay me out. So usually, actually, do I do this? Whatever. Fuck. Usually, I go and see I used to see this girl in college. She got married, got divorced, and when she got divorced, we started renting a hotel every March in Toronto, meeting and catching up every year. But I can't do that this year for various reasons. Well, but this time because COVID's still locked down. Crazy.
Damn, bro.
So Toronto's still locked down. I just wanted to say that. COVID has
been like the biggest
it's been the closest thing we've experienced to World War II as our generation. We haven't seen any of the world shut down ever like this.
The world didn't even barely shut down.
It pretty much shut down. Maybe that was a hot take that didn't need to be said. Whatever.
It wasn't close to, bro. World War II, bro. People were just getting drafted to go get fucking to go raid a beach and get shot down. Bro.
I know.
At 18 years old.
I guess. So there's no comparison, but like we're they say millennials are the softer generation, whatever. But this is the closest thing we've seen as a worldwide shutdown, let's say. So maybe it's a hot take, and all respect to all 100%. World War II veterans, of course. But at the end of the day, COVID seems to slowly. The release is gone here at least, and I went out last night, and it was to see everyone out was magical. And maybe I've just been inside for so long, so I don't know. So cheers to everyone out, and let's move on to. You saw the fight last night?
Yeah, man. Derek Lewis, bro. Ooh.
Talk to me, because I had it on the background, but I had.
I'll be honest, I was kind of like half watching it, half scrolling the whole night, basically, because like the whole card, it was like. There wasn't a bunch of guys that were like I was like that sort of like excited to watch or whatever.
Yeah.
But and even the main fight, man, like even like Curtis Blades, he like said some shit in the pre-fight interview talking about how Derek Lewis is like some sort of low-hanging fruit type of thing and like all this bullshit or whatever. And I was like, man, that's pretty friggin', what were you calling him, dumb? Or like, what does that even mean, bro?
Yeah.
That he's soft? Like if you're hanging low, like you don't get enough sunshine? Like what does that even, that's like some rich people talk as far as I'm concerned. Like I don't know, what does that even mean?
Sanctimonious, frivolous, like what, through the nose.
What does that even mean? But so because of the way that he's like, yo, Pop, and talk about Popeyes, talk about his hot balls and all that bullshit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking Derek Lewis is, bro, the best one-liners after a fight, man, is this guy. One day he's just like,
did you bet on it?
No, there's no way I was gonna bet on that.
No
but
yeah.
if I would have, I probably would have bet on Derek Lewis just because I know that dude's a beast, man. Like the Black Beast. That's basically his.
Is that what they call
That's
him?
his nickname. He is. Like, but what happened was he was like, he's just kind of like trudging along through the whole fight.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was like kind of like he was gonna. I don't know. It didn't seem like either one of them were like doing too much or whatever. And then all it took was one move, bro, and friggin' my boy just uppercutted the hell out of that guy. And I guess there was a bit of a thing afterwards because he like jumped on him and smashed his face a couple times or whatever afterwards. But bro, like, it's heavyweight, dog. Like, this guy could just get back up.
I thought it was the airbender fighting though, because
did I. Because
you cut my hair before the date. I know. You got me all hyped.
But remember, then I messaged you. I was like, no, it's not the.
Yeah. I was driving.
It's a style bender, not airbender.
Whatever, bro. I'm such a like casual fan, bro.
Airbender. But yo, that guy's so sick though.
When is he fighting next?
I don't even know, man. I don't know when the date is. It's coming up.
But you know it's coming up.
They keep on.
Wait, wasn't Logan Paul supposed to fight someone on the 20th? Is that happening? Oh my God!
I don't know if that happened, bro.
No. The YouTube Logan Paul's fighting
Askren.
Floyd.
Ben Askren.
Yes, that's happening on the 20th. No, Logan Paul's fighting on February 20th, and it's Eid's birthday. I thought that's happening. He mentioned that on episode 1. Shout out Eid for your birthday.
Yo.
But I feel like Logan Paul's
Eads.
fighting Floyd Mayweather soon, so let's keep our eye out for that.
I don't know. It's not going to be much of a fight, bro. Like, he's big and stuff like that.
You still think it's not? No, eh?
Hell no.
Fair enough.
Floyd's not taking fights he's going to lose, bro.
Absolutely not. He's
not taking fights he's going to lose, bro. And this is whenever,
right?
This is like you ever saw Rocky like 3 or something like that. Rocky fights a friggin' Hulk Hogan and fights all these like you're fighting wrestlers. That's what happens at the end of like a really, really famous boxer's career. Is they do their exhibition rest of the fucking life money sort of fights. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's just a kind of a circus. But that's what you want. That's what we want. We want to see a damn circus, man.
No cap. Now,
speaking of circuses,
way to segue. Just saw
perfect.
You said circus, and I was like, my eyes shifted down to that one person we're about to start talking about. And let's just say the internet has been fucking boring without him. Whether you like him or hate him, he's back. Now let's just start off with the music because this is more so. I would like to talk about music before we get into the shenanigans.
Sure.
So, 21 million views in 24 hours.
Bam.
Is that now? There's accusations that's fake streams or not fake streams.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fake streams. Even that's impressive.
It's impressive.
That's a lot of fake.
Your
impressive. Team is on it to have that.
Whoever's buying those things or whoever's watching, did I hear this? Who are we talking about here?
The circus clown man.
I know, but
Takashi. So we're talking about Takashi right now.
Fuck. Bro.
So 21 million views. It's called Zaza.
I don't believe that they're fake streams, man. People want to take that guy in, bro.
Yeah, I have to believe that too.
He has that kind of energy, man. That is so like, and you know what it is I was literally talking about this last night.
Yeah.
But
with who?
It's with the squad with Chris Eads and a couple of his boys. What it comes down to is you're watching. We're in the Maury Povich generation.
Okay.
All these kids that have come up in the last like 20 years, or that are 20 and under, like grew up on Maury Povich.
True.
So
it's like a shock value factor and whatnot.
No, well, it's like they want to see that troubled teen. They want to see that friggin' scared straight sort of like fucking.
Did you see the video?
Yeah.
That shit was, first of all, hey.
It's a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of a lot, for sure.
I can bench press. I could listen to that shit at the gym. So for what the song is, it's a great, like, he makes bangers, and it was pretty good, but I know he has a couple of Zaza, and I'm like,
whatever, man.
So like, it's good, and it take a pizza for what it is.
Whatever
you know
it is.
So, but that's what we're like. I'd love to only talk about his music, but the circus started, so he dropped the song, hopped on live. Can you believe he got on live with Lil Reese and just had I don't understand.
Reese pulled the burner out, man.
What's going
Whenever
on?
I saw this kid pull out the freaking strap with the see-through clip,
oh
I was like, yo, this guy's going to jail.
Yeah, because you were like, you're coming over for your haircut. I'm like, bro, I got to see the end of this live. Yo. And then I dipped out. I didn't see that part. I got to your place, and I'm like, I missed that shit. That's fucking wild.
And he didn't say anything. He just like, he just had like a, you know, one of those smiles, like I want to kill you smile sort of thing. And then he just like pulled it up and like, just showed it. Man. and then passed it to his buddy. And his buddy was just kind of like, I don't know the streets.
Yeah,
man.
the one thing I have to say about this is a lot of wild, people. Bro.
I hope he has a fucking license for that thing, man. Like,
100%.
And if he does, hey, and if he's in a state that allows it,
Chicago, so
then no, he's not. Then no, he's not in any trouble. He's just out there. You know what I mean? He's just chilling in his car with the burner.
It's just crazy to see online on Instagram and whatnot. But the thing I want to touch on is
it is crazy because there's kids watching.
People, first of all, that's very true. Yeah. People said he's not going to have a career after his jailing and whatnot. But I'm going to tell you, when shows start back up, do you want to know how many people are going to be at this guy's stage? Many. So if you guys don't want to put him on your Spotify playlist, this, that, and the third, when shows open back up, I'm telling you right now, clip this right now. He will have the most audience. He'll have the most sold out shows. I know his music's not the greatest for some situations, but
the worst thing is it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's just bangers. It's just bangers. Take it for what it is.
Straight. Like bangers. He doesn't say much, but
it's bangers. But neither does Playboi Carti.
But his voice. The thing is, his cadence of his voice and his energy, and that's what rap is all about. Is like your voice and your energy.
Yeah,
and
like how Famous Dex started with energy. That way,
he doesn't know how to. Tracks, He just doesn't know how to not have energy on a track.
And then
that's what it is. That's what it is.
Did you see the Meek
Mill? He's a fucking
idiot.
Snitch. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Is what it is. But Whack 100 actually said he didn't snitch, but I don't want to get into that. He
kind of did it. You know what I mean? Everybody was snitching on everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody was snitching on everybody in the situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like people can say whatever they want. Yeah. Nobody like none of these podcaster guys, none of these radio guys, none of these fucking guys have been in ever sat in a fucking room with a couple cops telling you're gonna have fucking 70 years to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a long fucking time. 100%. And every single one of them will fucking snitch. I'm sorry to say. But you can't. And then they'll be like, well, then there's like, oh man, well, like fucking, but yeah, but if I'm in the streets, then that's why I'm not in the streets. Well, don't speak on it.
And don't bring it online.
Don't speak on the streets then.
Do you see what he's doing with Meek Mill and then Lil Durk? He is being really aggressive online with that. But that's all I want to touch on that for now. It's going to be interesting.
The whole rest and piss thing was crazy, bro.
It's going overboard. And I don't want to even I wish I want to talk about their music, but people do talk about this. So unfortunately, as a podcast, we do gotta cover this. So keep an eye out for that. He has a couple other songs coming out, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. But if you look north of the border to us, unfortunately, Top 5 has also been arrested.
A whole other circus in itself, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And he just had a song with G Herbo. He just got the song with G Herbo.
I don't even know what he got arrested over.
Accessory after the fact. Now I don't want to talk about it too much.
There was like some sort of friggin'
after the fact.
Was there a song written about this?
No. So let me just break this down quick. So his charges are allegedly accessory after the fact of an incident. Don't even want to say about the incident, and it's tragic in itself if it's true. If it's not, then I'd like to see more music from him. But
obviously,
I'm just talking strictly music wise.
Sure.
This kid was he just got a song with G Herbo.
Yeah, I know. You showed it to me. Yeah,
he just broke into the American market, and then I almost think the cops timed these things. They're like, this guy's getting. He did the global news thing. He saw this.
Hip hop cops, man, have been around forever.
Right. They exist in Canada too, you'd say.
100%. There's
100%. So I don't want to touch on it too much. So new music, we'll see from him. I know he has a lot of songs in the vault. We'll see where it goes. Prayers to everyone in the situation. We want to see everyone winning.
We only want to see people free, man. That's it.
100%. And then also we see Chromita. The thing about this is I don't like this situation if it's staged.
She got pulled out.
Yeah, but is it staged? Was it staged?
She was barefoot sort of thing.
I think it might have been for a video. So we'll keep our eyes on that, or she got charged for one night or whatever. Who knows? I don't know.
If she got charged, that sucks for her, man, because she's another one on the cusp of some serious stuff right now. There's a lot of
people on the cusp, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I just want to see Toronto do music. Canada itself do well musically, but most of them happen to be in Toronto.
Well, that's the problem. You know what? This is the thing. Historically, this has been the problem with Canada, where you have like in the States, you have like a lot of rappers have the ability to get away with a lot of shit because you can friggin' basically pay your bail and be out and stuff. In Canada, it's different. You get caught on a gut charge, you get caught on a certain charge like this. Yeah. They don't necessarily have, like I've experienced this before, they don't necessarily have to give you bail on money.
Yes.
They'll be like, oh no, you need a surety. Yeah. And that a surety has to have no criminal record and this and that and that and this. And
there's a lot more ramifications.
They come up with a whole, not ramifications, they come up with a whole list of like boxes that you got to check.
Hurdles,
for them to maybe even consider giving you bail. It's crazy, bro. Like it's not even, it's different in Canada. So there's a lot of people that have really, really like fucked up their chances at being big because they get charges and then they can't go to the States and tour and they can't. That's where the money is touring now. Exactly. It's not in the friggin' streams and all. Not at all. Yeah, you can make a 1-2, but like at the same time, agreed. You're gonna go to the States and make 40 grand a show sometimes if you're on a certain level. You know what I mean? 40, 50, 100 grand a show, bro.
Yeah.
Like.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with all of those circus acts, as we mentioned. Now, I want to just dive into the Finesse gaming team because they actually had a tournament this weekend and the girls smashed it. So I just want to shout out Katie and Abby. You smashed it for the real Finesse gaming team. It's crazy. You log on with these girls, and as I related to people who don't play video games, they jump into a realm like you've seen a Mockingjay. They jump into a world with 200 other players, and these are generally guys, and they smoke them. Like it's absolutely crazy to see.
It's crazy.
So if you haven't checked that out, go check our page. There's a link in every video we post now, and we have a YouTube channel that's going to be starting. But I just wanted to shout out the girls, and then shout out me and Luke, who actually got a dub today. So that was wild.
We got a dub. We were dubbing.
That was in duos though. So we dropped in with 200 other people, and then we beat them. It's crazy. Anyways. Woo! That was a sneaky dub. I didn't shoot too many people. We snuck around, but we got it done. So shout out.
Just camped the whole time.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out Frisbee Wayne, a.k.a. Luke. We got a dub too, so shout that out. But the gaming channel's still going, so make sure to check it out if you haven't checked it out. But shout out the girls who did great on the weekend, and shout out Tiff as well. Your stream is crazy, and keep up the content. So we'll see you next week with content there. Other than that, I would like to touch on something that I spoke about in the first episode because I called it, and it happened because I called it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Wow. Way to make me sound conceited there. But the Nelk boys, they broke up. Sense of one of them is doing a whole different show. Their pranks are getting recycled. You think
it could be just like a friggin' like taking a hiatus while at the same time?
They're frustrated with each other. If you read between the lines, they're frustrated with each other.
Like NSYNC, like one of them like decides that he's gonna go solo for a bit.
Maybe
they come back.
But I think this is how I read it. One of them has said enough. Like I don't want to do the pranks anymore. I'm getting too old. I'm gonna focus on the behind the scenes brand. The other one was like, no, we ought to keep doing these pranks. And these pranks are just getting dragged out. Some of them are not funny anymore. I understand they're doing the Sen Club and whatnot, and they're still doing reasonably well. But you can see that if you read between the silver lining, they have broken up. And it's going to be very interesting to see how they shift as a brand. Because you can't keep flying around the world and doing this forever. So I want to see what the boys are going to do, and it'll be interesting. But I called it. Jesse is no longer filming with Nelk. A lot of people have broken off from the brand, actually, just because it's crazy to see the shit they're doing. And honestly, I wouldn't want to be doing it at this age. It's too much, especially with how sensitive the world is. Something that's going to happen.
It must be tough to like come up with the ideas all the time.
True, because they did. You
get to a certain point,
for example, they did 3 of the ideas they did last year. They redid them.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's just
that's what I'm saying.
It's just coming up with ideas, or like think about the Epic Mealtime guys or whatever. Like you can only build so many like massive like type of hamburgers or like this and that before you kind of like run out of shit. Like now what type of thing, you know?
And that's what the back end of stuff is when you're a creator. Like how long?
But that shit was crazy whenever they were doing it, man. The muscle glasses, dude, and all those guys. That was a pretty serious squad.
No. I don't know too much about that. I've seen the
it's only they were doing with like food and shit like that.
Fair enough. But it's just I called it. I want to see how the brand's gonna shift. It's going to be very interesting to see that. And now to really wrap up the show, there's been something very interesting that we talked about a few days ago. There's this YouTube criminal defense lawyer called CL Bruce. I'm going to put the link in here. Let me see if I wrote it down properly. I think it's called, he's CLR Bruce Rivers, and his law firm is out of America, and he's a criminal defense lawyer, and he's made popularity.
Is he American?
Yeah, he's American.
Wow.
I sent an email. I want to try and get him on the show. We'll see if that happens. He's a criminal defense lawyer that started breaking down these rap videos. And he's just like, this shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. And it's extremely interesting. He's getting between like 400 to 1 million views.
How are you going to be the... like?
He's breaking down all the top rap videos like, this is stupid to say. This is... Maybe these rappers should watch it.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm going to link that shit in this bio too. Jack, we're going to link him. And as I said,
you
sent
definitely
an email
don't want
to his team, so hopefully we can get him on the show.
Like if you're rapping, like you definitely don't want to. You don't want to like start like talk about stuff that you didn't really get caught for, or you didn't really. You know what I mean? Like if you already did time, like I rap about like criminal shit, but it like kind of like past tense.
That's what you have to
and
do.
I already did time for everything, so it's not like it's anything that they're gonna hit me for again, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like if it's retrospective, it's one thing, but if it's like something that could be an ongoing case, you probably don't want to fucking rap about it, man. Like, god damn.
Yeah, like Lil Durk has
I never thought that was gonna. Like,
I don't, dude. Listen to this. Lil Durk has a murder charge, and he's rapping about the stuff he's rapping about. Like he had a murder charge co-conspiracy with King Von. King Fong died, but I'm assuming this charge is still against Durk because someone died. So it's just crazy that they can run around rapping like this, or Tory can run around rapping like this with their charges still pending, and they feel like the freest birds in the world. I just want to see more precociousness from these rappers, if you will, and friggin' just be more. Let's just tone it down and say precautious, but they're both relevant. And they
more
both
cautious.
Work.
I don't know about precocious.
Yeah, it works. I know.
Does that word work?
It works.
Cautious.
Yeah, I was whipping out all
cautious
the
for sure.
Last night I was like,
you were busting out all the big words.
Yeah,
you didn't even know.
Because people think like Wheeler goes into these dates at like Energy 10, which usually with my boys I'm with the Energy 10. I go in these with Energy 5, and I had the flair, and it's great, whatever. Like I'm not all. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
What about Osaka? Are we going to talk about Osaka?
She won the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open was lackluster. I mean, sorry, the Australian Open ending was lackluster. I tuned out after the semis because all my horses were out of the race, and
thank God.
Yeah, I can only stay up so many more nights. Did it go out?
No, I just moved it.
No worries. But I could only stay up so many more nights in the sense of just like it's the time difference is too much. So it's over. I made it to Australia.
Yeah, it's in Australia, so it's like you have to watch it at like 1 o'clock in the morning type of thing.
From like actually from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. it goes, and the last match goes on at 3 a.m. And the worst thing is the better matches go on throughout the day, so you have to stay up later throughout the night, which makes sense. But anyways, it's over. Congrats to because Osaka's also dating YBN Corday, but it's only Corday now because he saw Osaka's money. He's like, yo, you YBN niggas get peace, yo. I'm good.
I'm out.
Going with my babe. She's making a lot of money. So congrats on that. She won. She beat Serena in fine fashion, which was crazy to watch. It's almost like she's a younger Serena.
Yeah,
so that's what I think. I
saw a thing that said that she like they're like trying to like say it's competition, but it's not. It's like her legacy, right? Mm-hmm. Serena's legacy is now like Osaka, like passing the torch sort of thing.
100%. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Roger Federer's going to start playing again in March, but that's not really the stuff we talk about on the podcast. But it is sports, and
it's a big deal.
Yeah, Federer is playing again in March because he took a back injury, so he didn't play this Australian Open. He's not my guy.
How does he work? How does it work with a back injury for tennis players? Is that like done?
Cortisone shots. Because Agassi, if you read his book, he'd be in the limo headed to the U.S. Open and taking cortisones in the limo before the match just to be able to play.
Just like Hernandez or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So no, when he's not my guy, but it's more so as a tennis fan, you're watching legacy when he plays.
Yeah,
he's about to retire. He has the most.
Yeah.
He's just.
Does he have the most? Does he have more than? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's anyway. So we want to see if he's going to add to it. What's going to happen?
He has more than Nadal?
Yeah, a lot more. Yeah, it's 20. Nadal has 17 or 18, and Djokovic is at 16.
Wow.
But as I'm saying, it's more when you go as a sports fan to watch. You're watching the last ladder. Like business has
tennis is like that. One of those things where it's like if you're in the crowd in tennis, like in Wimbledon or whatever, you got to be somebody kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like
I was there. But I was coattailing my pro friend.
I was there.
Anyways, it'll be all interesting to watch. I'll be excited to see when he comes back on tour. But we do have some interviews coming up with the Finesse show, and we've kind of wrapped it in with the Capital Culture page. So we're going to start linking both of them because the interviews will be going on the Capital Culture page. Yeah, something else I kind of wanted, like I saw Joe Rogan talking about this one with one of his girl guests recently. Yeah. Donald Trump is actually there's talks of him after this impeachment. I think the impeachment, they were trying to impeach him again. I don't know the result of it. I don't think it was successful, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I have no idea.
But anyways, the talks of after this is done, he's going to be starting his own political party in the U.S. Democratic system. But here's the interesting thing is people are not talking about is more people voted for him this election than last. I know he lost because of constituencies and how the electoral college
He lost
works.
Because Biden got more votes.
In the electoral colleges and shit. I understand
in
that,
both.
But more people, I think, but no, regardless, more people voted for Donald Trump this time than last time. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if he starts his own party and keeps drumming himself up in the news for the next 3 years, for the next 3 years, it's going to be interesting to see if the next election rolls around and he's running again.
Yeah,
the worst nightmare could happen again. And let's be honest, as Joe Rogan said, and I don't feel as comfortable as saying it as he is because he's big, but the news has been quite boring without him. The news is losing a lot of money.
That's the thing. Politics has kind of been
boring.
Gone back into that like. Well, this is exactly what I was talking about before. Whenever we were talking about like Donald Trump and this and that, it's like with Donald, it was like we had a fly in the wall.
Yes.
In Congress that would come every couple days and let us know what was going on, which was something that we never ever had before in the American politics.
Yeah,
it was always like. Yeah, like, so this is what we're thinking is, blah, 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 blah. And then someone got bombed. Nobody ever heard of it.
Yeah.
Until a year later or whatever. Yeah. You have a scenario where once, like, we had a total like smoke screen over the presidency, like what was happening, what was really going on.
Yeah, no other president would tweet like that.
Now, then we were just used to like knowing shit.
Yeah,
that was going on, and now we're back into the like.
It's just boring. I don't think many people. I think it's the information is there, but less people are checking for it. It's just because it just seems back to its old.
Because Donnie's not there, and like we know that basically Joe Biden is 100% a puppet. You know what I mean?
Like, his mind is a shell. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm not saying what he does in China is not good or anything. He's not a bad.
He's already retracted so many things that.
Yeah, 100%. It's better than Trump though, in the sense that it's like it's.
At least we don't have to be like
what he represented was bad for that country.
1,000,000%.
So that's all I'm going to say there. But we'll see. Well, it's going to be. I'm not going to say you wouldn't see him in office again if he starts his own party.
It's crazy.
The amount of support that Midwest
Which is that Maury Povich friggin'...
That shit's wild, bro.
It's the Maury Povich mob, bro. They're voting. They're friggin'... You know what I mean? They're friggin' watching. Yeah. They're streaming. Like
I can't...
They want to see troubled teens, man.
The media really only focuses on like the main cities in the U.S. Like you only see spotlight, and you forget there's this big center of the U.S. with all these people, Midwest, and they're all gonna go out and vote for him in droves again. Possibly, if he starts, you want the name of the party is gonna be called?
What?
It's called the Patriot Party.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll see. Tune in for Donnie, and he's been off. He's still banned on Twitter, so I don't know how he's gonna get back to his old ways. But we'll see. That's gonna be interesting to see. But other than that, it's gonna be interesting to see. And with that, I will say this is the conclusion of episode 5. We have a couple of interviews coming up as well, so check out for that. If you saw the City one, as I mentioned at the beginning of the interview, go check that out. We have a few more coming your way, so we're excited for that. We'll be coming with you with episode 6 soon. Enjoy it on YouTube or Spotify. Thank you once again, BMBX Records.
With you.
We'll be coming at you with a YouTube on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you. And once again, thank you, BMBX Records and La Boutique Studio. We'll be back with episode 6 soon. Peace. I'm Christopher Wheeler and Jeff.
I'm OG Jeff.
See you next episode. Peace.